Sargon D's Nuts Psydask versus Segs Meltup. Psydask is level 112. This player is pretty seasoned. They have 228 operators. They have 72 E2s. And that's actually pretty close with what Meltup has to the right. Level 120. They started a few days earlier than Psydask. They own more operators as well, 235 operators, and they have 74 E2s. Okay, so it looks like Meltup has won the coin flip, and they're going to be choosing the stage first. Let's see which stage he ends up picking. Oh, there we go. So it looks like he has chosen SV9. SV9, a very difficult stage from the Under Tides event. That will be the first stage they're going to be competing on, so let's see how they do. Understand, chat, that this is going to be a best of 5. There is a possibility that if this goes to a 2-2 series, that we see all 5 stages are going to be played. Moving on to the ban phase, Psydask is starting out with a Chen ban, a normal Chen ban, not Chen Alter. Let's see, what is the prediction looking like so far right now? Okay, it's very even, chat. It's very even. 28,000 points, 28,000 points. It does seem like this is going to be a pretty close match. First 3 bans are out. We have Chen, normal. We have Mowiner, very nice. AFYala ban. AFYala, a very strong caster, really great burst damage. And then we have an Exia ban. Okay, so mostly 6-star bans coming out soon, for the record. I don't know if either players use mostly meta. I feel like Meltup is more of a niche player, given what I've seen from him. Maybe, we'll see, we'll see. A lot of these matchups, they were actually announced this morning. So neither of these people could technically research their opponents. But they have had a few days to prep these stages. So I imagine both players are ready to take on this stage. SV9 with a non-meta squad. A few more bans coming in. Psydask coming out with that Firewatch ban. Okay. And then Meltup following up with the Chen Alter. Both Chens are now banned. Arketo being banned by Psydask. Okay, so going for those snipers. It seems like a lot of the snipers are being taken out early. Very interesting ban so far. Meltup leading up with that Elysium ban, trying to take out some DP options for both players. Myrtle still is in the open. Psydask finishing off the 5 bans with the Blue Poison. Blue Poison, another sniper ban. I wonder, is this stage very sniper inherent? Maybe it is. Okay, and the last ban being a Myrtle. Surtur is actually open. Ling is open. Now, whether both players are able to use those characters is up to them. So, chat, just to summarize, we're going to be playing SV9. You can see the new overlay in the bottom left. Oh, I guess they just started. Okay, Darian gave the countdown. It's time to go. Let's see both of these players cook. They can draft at any speed they want. They can enter the map whenever they want. But the first person to see the mission accomplished page wins. The bans are below as well. These are pretty focused bans, but they actually didn't ban out a lot of impactful units, such as, who else is impactful for this specific stage? I would say casters and snipers are probably the most useful. Okay, both players picked their squads. They both entered around the same time. Psydask's PC is definitely a little faster. Oh, Meltup not that far behind, actually. So both people on similar technical levels, but just a little behind for Segs Meltup. All right, let's see them cook. So right now we have Psydask put down their Scavenger and their Fang. Courier down as well. So we're seeing some 3 and 4 stars come into action. Meltup, on the other hand, using more of the orthodox placements, putting down Thorns and then Surtur immediately, leading up with that Saliage and that Sculptor. Sculptor for the area-wide healing. This is going to be very interesting. So we have a lot more of a meta setup on Meltup's screen, while Psydask has actually chosen to choose a lot more 4 stars. What's going on here? He has a Meteor. He also has a Nightmare? Wait, is that a Nightmare? Who is that? A Midnight, sorry. Not a Nightmare. That's a Midnight. So Psydask going for a much more niche clear than Meltup. Meltup using your classic Brute Force squad. You have Schwarz, you have Posey out here. Golden Glow as well. Mountain. Very powerful 6 stars that we've seen a lot of brain dead clears, which I got to say. But look at that. I think Meltup has completely shredded the boss. What the fuck? Bro, what? What? Wait, dude. Wait, Meltup Sculptor skill 3. Interesting. Well, I didn't even have enough time to commentate on where that boss went. The boss is just gone now. Psydask just dealing with the boss himself as well, using Horn as well as Blaze. So a little slower, but I don't know if that's going to be the kill gate that matters. It looks right now that Meltup is quite a few enemies ahead. They're approaching the 30 enemy mark while Sidex is just clearing the 20 mark. So we'll have to see who's actually winning.
Critical hit.
Okay, stage slowing down a little. Meltup's setup is really good, right? I guess for this stage in particular, bursting down the boss is probably the most important thing. Is that the main kill gate? Wait, what the? Wait, just like that, Meltup is done! Oh no, Sideask, you were just like 5 seconds behind! That was so close! Holy shit! Okay, okay, wait, very good, guys. That was incredibly close. Great first round. Meltup does take it! Alright. Going back to the stage selections. Meltup is up by 1 point, and that now means that Sideask can now pick the next map. There are 4 maps remaining. It's first person to 3 points, so another 2 chances in case Sideask also loses this one as well, but we'll have to see. Okay. Okay, and he ends up choosing 718. I'll say 718, one of the more easier maps in this pool. Remember that all 5 of these maps are kill gate specific maps. That means that those are dependent on how fast you clear specific enemies. So, in this case, let's see how both players do fighting on 718. Back to the banning phase. This time, I believe Meltup will be choosing first. And we'll see if any bans change this time around. I'm kind of curious if there's going to be a Surtur ban or a Ling ban, something more meta. Okay, this time Meltup leading up with that Mawiner ban once again. Maybe that is a very important operator in Sideask's strategy. Sideask using the Chen ban again. Okay, so same ban so far. I guess we'll see very soon. Okay, Meltup deciding to choose a Shamare to ban this time. You all know, so Shamare is incredibly good at stalling out damage, mitigating damage, so that you can, you know, in a way stall or deal more damage more with your with your guards and your casters. But how exactly does it play into the stage? This stage is the Patriot stage. It's commonly known as the Patriot Showcase stage, 718. I imagine that both players may be trying to do some sort of brute force strategy, or not even brute force. Maybe they're gonna try to opt for a buff army strategy, because this one is all about Patriot. Patriot does dictate how fast the map can get done. Meltup deciding to ban Irene this time. Interesting ban. Sideask responding with an NTR ban. Okay, so both players taking away very powerful DPS options right now. Okay, Meltup once again banning the Chen altar. So we are seeing some similar bans come out from the previous round. Sideask leading up with the Surtur ban this time. Surtur is now gone. This leaves very few options for brute force. We have the triple 3. Wait, the triple 3. We have the triple DPS, NTR, Surtur, Chalter, all gone. Options that honestly I would opt for. Meltup finishing his banning line with Elysium. Sideask finishing the bans with a Scotty. Okay, very interesting. All right, we'll have to see how these bans shape up this map. This is the second round, chat. The second round, Segs Meltup is up by 1 point right now, but that does not mean that they are in the safe. This is stage 718, the Patriot stage, the final stage of chapter 7. The bans are below. Darren is going to give the countdown, and they will start at the same time. All right, it looks like they're drafting now. Both players, again, this is an open draft, so both players can really choose whatever operators they have. Remember, chat, that these guys, they have been preparing for these maps quite a few days leading up to this point. They've been grinding out these maps in hopes of finding a strategy that is best working for them. And so I imagine, you know, despite these 10 bans, they probably have a pretty good strategy going. Oh my god, wait! I think Sideask went in with only like 10 operators. What was that? I wonder if that was just out of swiftness, or if they're actually confident with only 10 operators. All right, we'll have to see. Very interesting squad coming out from Sideask's side. I don't see many powerful operators. And then Calcit. Calcit is a very major unit right there. I do remember reading some of you guys in chat right now. Calcit is a very huge damage dealer right here in this map. Meltup on the other side, taking very different operators. He is taking his Horn again. He's taking the Aeofiola, doing some early damage right now with his Project Red. It looks like both players are actually putting their vanguards very close to their to the choke points. both using Cantabile right now. So remember, chat, for this particular stage, there are two major difficulties. Of course, the most important one is dealing with Patriot. Patriot being the main enemy, obviously, the main boss for this stage. But the other problem that a lot of people forget about is having enough sustain, having enough lane holders to deal with the dogs, the minions. There are a lot of enemies that do come by. And so, yes, brute forcing Patriot is incredibly important. But how can both players deal with the additionals? Okay, it looks like Psyduck now has the Golden Glow planted in the backline. Golden Glow able to deal global damage right here. Melt Up on the other side using an Aofiala. Aofiala might be very crucial. It looks like on Melt Up screen, Patriot is nearing the end of phase 1. And just like that, Patriot enters phase 2. Psyduck, I believe, reaching phase 2 around the same exact time. Both players are roughly going at the same speed right now. Patriot charging up for the second skill. It looks on enemy count, Psyduck is ahead by just a few enemies. But he is also doing a better job dealing them very early. Spalter dealing so much damage and sustain right now. She is crushing it. Holy shit. All right, Patriot about to coom on both people's screens. Oh my god, okay. Activating on Psyduck's screen first. Just a couple of seconds. He's starting to walk. Melt Up. How is Melt Up gonna deal with Patriot? Patriot did trek a lot further. He does have the bombs ready. Bagpipe out right here. Thorns dealing with the enemies. So this is a very different strategy. Segs, Melt Up. He does have a lot of DPS options to deal with Patriot at the very end, and he's dealing with all the additional enemies at the very beginning, at the very choke points. Psyduck, on the other end, has a Mudrock at the very end of the map, very close to the spawn point, or very close to the leak point. Wait, what's gonna happen here? How is Psyduck gonna deal with Patriot? Wait, Patriot is dead! Bro, what? I didn't even see what happened, but Melt Up at the very end takes it. Oh my god, what? Wow, guys, you know what that means. Segs Melt Up, representing the Segs brand, is now up 2-0. Psyduck now back in his corner. They still do get their turn to pick. Because they lost the previous map, they can actually go ahead and pick the next stage. There are 3 maps remaining. These are not easy maps. We have 10-17 with the Chapter 10 mechanics. Obviously, a very difficult map. Near Light, you have to deal with Tola. That's ridiculous. And WDEX8, probably the hardest stage in this map selection right now. I would say no one probably wants to even try WDEX8 because that one has so many different components to it. And at this level of gameplay, we don't even know if both players are ready for that. It looks like they're choosing 10-17. Okay. So 10-17 for our third map of this series. Melt Up by 2 points against Psyduck. They're heading into Chapter 10. Back to the banning phase. Melt Up starting out with that Mawiener ban once again. It looks like Melt Up's biggest fear is Mawiener for some reason. Like, why is that the case? Maybe he doesn't like Milnar. Maybe Milnar really is that good. We'll see. Psyduck again. Guys, both same bans. Starting out with Mawiener and Chen. They must have some kind of a hatred for these two operators or something. This stage is a little different. Remember that for Chapter 10 mechanics and dealing with Manfred, one of the biggest considerations is having enough tanks. Tanks to essentially stall out the cannon mechanic. That's the biggest fear here, so I wonder if any tank bans are going to come out. Segs Melt Up leading up with an Irene ban. Psyduck following up with a Fartooth ban. Okay, interesting. I didn't know Fartooth was any good on this map. Okay, we're seeing a Chen Alter ban come out here. She has been banned out for all of these 3 maps so far. So, you know, very powerful unit. Obviously, you don't want your enemy to be using them to the max. So banning it is probably the better option if you don't care about that kind of meta. Psyduck banning Suzerain? Interesting. Okay, so we're getting a Suzerain ban. Oh, okay. I don't really know the utility of Suzerain. Maybe skill 2 or skill 3 are pretty impactful on this map, but I'm not sure. But hey, we did get a suzerain ban. This is probably the second hardest map, knowing Chapter 10 mechanics, because Chapter 10 is ridiculous, isn't it? Saria ban coming out. Calcit ban coming out. Okay. Saria being a very important unit for this entire map, I would say. For her being able to heal and provide 3 block to focus on the cannons, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but isn't she pretty good at this map? Or maybe that's Hoshi. I'm not sure. Elysium ban coming out to finish off Melt-Up's ban, and Psydask gonna finish off with an Exia ban. Okay. Let's see how these guys do. Okay. Remember, guys, that this is 10-17 normal. Very difficult map. But hey, both these guys are pros. Let's see them get started. Both of them are going to start their open draft phase right now. Bans are below. Sags Melt-Up 2-0 right now at game point. Can he take home the win, or can Psydusk actually come back with a very miraculous strategy here? This, again, is actually Psydusk's map pick. So maybe they do have an advantage here. Maybe they know something that Melt-Up doesn't know. Okay, Psydusk first going for the snipers. Grabbing that Surtur as well. Chalter unavailable. And going in with 10 units. Again, Psydusk challenging himself with only 10 units. Oh no. All right, Melt-Up on the other side. Wow, both of them loading at roughly the same time. That draft phase taking roughly the same amount of time for both players. Oh, a Sags Melt-Up using the Ling. Oh my god, look at that chunky Ling. What the fuck? Instead, SDN Psydask using Flametail to block the first few enemies right now. Flametail having a lot of sustain right there, getting dealt no damage at all. Using Hoshi as the primary cannon mechanic blocker. Sags Melt-Up. Big Daddy Dragon is already down. The Double Dragon is there. He is just holding the entire line right there. Preparing his Thorns and his Posey. This is going to be a very good showcase. It seems like Melt-Up does like using Posey and Schwarz. The double sniper DPS combo, that's going to be very strong for dealing with Manfred later in the stage. Psydask, SDN, Psydask. Manfred has already spawned, and he's dealing so much damage. Holy shit, Posey just destroying phase 1 of Manfred. He's already gone. Hoshiguma doing a great job right now, sustaining the damage from the cannons. Not getting one shot, sustaining full entirely. On the other side, Melt-Up is not using Hoshiguma, but instead using the dragons to bait out. He is taking his time. Manfred is still there, entering phase 2 for him as well, but entering it for SDN Psydask a little earlier. He's using Surtur. Surtur is bursting him down right now. Can it come down as well? Stunning that Manfred. Wow. SDN Psydask, I believe, a little farther, dealing a lot more damage. Oh my god, the Posey dip! Holy shit! Wow, Posey shredding that Manshredder right now. Melt-Up actually having some trouble using that bagpipe, or not bagpipe, using that Mudrock and that Thorns to deal some small DPS to Melt-Up. It's going a lot slower. Psydask still having Hoshi on the loop. Oh my god, it's gonna be very close right here. Who's gonna take down Manfred first? It's looking very good for Psydask, but there's a lot of worms coming in. Oh no, there's a lot of worms. How's he gonna slow this down? Golden Glow dealing some shred damage to the back end for the global. Oh my god, wait, this is very risky. This is looking very scary for Psydask right now. Melt-Up right now holding out with the Ling Dragons is looking really scary for both players. But oh my god. Wait. Oh my god, I think he's gone. Manfred's gone. Wait, Psydask, is he able to finish this off? Oh my god, it's gonna be very close. It's gonna be... No, the leak. Oh no, Psydask, no! But can Sags Melt-Up pull through? Does he have enough? Psydask, he's gonna have to go back into the stage right now. He's starting all over, but Melt-Up, he's at the very end, and he's also scuffing. He's big time scuffing as well. No, is it a reset for both players? It might be a reset for both players. This is looking really bad right now. Melt-Up has dealt with Manfred, but the last two enemies once again is leaking. And there comes the reset. Can both players correct for their mistakes? Psydask were now up ahead. Same strategy once again, having that Flametail up there. He's many minutes ahead this time, or seconds ahead, not minutes. Segs Meltup going back to the map himself. He's using his sanity. He's not even going with a practice plan. He's just going at it. Both players laser focused. They did not expect this. They definitely did not. It's looking really bad for Sidedesk as Meltup was clearing up the first round. But hey, Meltup also threw as well. The last two enemies being one of the biggest disadvantages for this map. The thing is, when you don't take a lot of DPS units, you're not able to have enough DPS to wave clear the final two units. So, let's see how they manage their units this time. Sideask destroying Manfred's first phase so quickly, entering second phase right now. Okay, this time putting down his Surtur to deal with a lot more of the mobs that are coming in. Ooh. Wow. Alright, Sideask. Quite a big lead right now. Onto phase 2 of Manfred. Hoshiguma. Absolutely tanking it out there. Destroyed all of the mobs. Meltup on the other side, leading with a very similar strategy, using that Ling Dragon to hold down the fort at the very beginning. Okay, well, let's see how fast they go. The thing is, I believe Ling's Dragon isn't as potent as Hoshiguma, because Hoshi can be healed. You see right here on Sidesk's screen, Hoshi plus Shining, incredible combination for this stage. Meltup on the other hand has to rely on constant Dragon uptime to tank out the nukes, but he does have Mudrock as a secondary tank for that. Just like that, all the mobs are dead on Seg's Meltup screen. He's going to try to kill Manfred's second phase now as well. Sideask, is he able to deal with the mobs this time? Only 5 enemies remaining. Oh my god, wait, is Manfred just dead? I don't even see Manfred anymore. Where did Manfred go? What the I think he's dead. Sideask successfully maintaining the mobs in the middle this time, having Surtur as backup just in case. And this is looking like a very big W for Sideask, unless he somehow throws this. There we go. Sideask, congratulations, you're now on the board. It's now 2-1. Meltup versus Sideask. GG's. We go next, guys. We go next. So every single map, we get closer to a best-of-5 situation. The closer we get to the chance of doing WDEX8, one of the most hated maps in this map selection phase. Yeah, let's lead up with Meltup. It's his choice. He still is at match point right now, so if he wins one more, he does take the entire set. Wait, no way! He decides to go with the harder map, WDEX8. Maybe NL10 is also really hard. I think Near Life's also pretty hard, right? But we are going to see a WDEX8 coming to this best of 5 right now for round 4. Which operators should they ban? And which operators should they keep for themselves? You know, just because you don't want your opponent to use a Mawiner doesn't mean that you don't want to use your Mawiner. You probably want to use your Mawiner. Maybe your clear is dependent on your Mawiner. Again, Meltup deciding to choose the Mawiner ban. He hates Uncle Mawiner. Sideask, instead, he bans the Shamare this time. Shamare, very interesting. I guess Shamare is a very good unit for mitigating damage. SDN, Sideask, going with the Myrtle ban. Okay. Oh my god, both players getting rid of 2 very good flag bearer DP options. That is not looking good, chat. How are they gonna get DP, bro? What options do you have now? Sideask decided to ban Suzerain. Okay. Very interesting ban out here. I don't even know if Suzerain's actually used in this case. Meltup decided to go with the Exia ban. We're seeing a lot of similar bans from the previous round. I wonder if they're trying to ban out each player's playstyle? This map is already so inherently hard. How much can you nerf the other player without nerfing yourself? That's the biggest question here. We have a Chen ban coming out from Meltup. Chen being a great burst unit with that skill too. I wonder if both players have practiced with a Chen. Silver Ash ban coming out as well. Silver Ash and Uncle Mawiner both gone. A Mia Guard being banned out. Very interesting. I didn't expect that. But hey, and to finish out the bans, Sags Meltup leads up with an Irene ban. Irene not seen in all 3 maps so far before this. But hey, 4th map. Still no Irene. We'll see how they do it. These are very interesting bans, guys. This is going to be a very challenging map for both of these players. I wonder if either of these guys have a strategy given these 10 bans. Only 10 bans, right, guys? There are, what, how many operators in Arknights? There's 250 operators in Arknights. Surely they can do this. All right. They got the countdown. They're drafting now. Let's see it. 2-1 lead for Meltup right now. Sideask definitely has an opportunity to come back. The stage is WDEX8. Again, one of the hardest stages in this batch right now. Bans are below. You can see it below. Let's see how both of these players cook. Both of them still going very fast through the drafting phase. Meltup taking some time to think before he presses go. Meltup enters the map first. Sideask thinking about a few more defender options right here. Taking his Posey instead, actually. Segs Meltup. Can he deal with this very challenging stage? Starting off with then Cantabile. Doing the few enemies at the very beginning. Has Salage. So instead of... So look. Flag Bearer is gone. Next best option. Cantabile and Salage. Horn placement coming as well. Dealing a lot of damage early on. He's going to have to burst down Emperor's Blade first. SDN Sideask taking a lot more time on the draft phase. But hey, sometimes, guys, the turtle wins the race. He has thought. He has cooked a little longer. Segs Meltup might have forgotten something, you know? Who knows? But hey, 10 enemies behind. Can he actually catch up? Does he have a successful strategy? That is the most important thing. Maybe for the stage itself, it's not about who does it faster. Who is the first person to come up with a successful strategy given these bans? That is the harder question. Segs Meltup has the plus sign formation in very center right now, dealing with both sides of the enemies, plus a Thorns and a Bagpipe to deal with the sides. On the other hand, Sideask, he has opted to use his Golden Glow. Golden Glow, a very good unit just in case to have a fail-safe plan for units that are about to leak. Just like that. That's very nice. Oh, interesting. SDN Sideask using the Gaviel Altar. Gaviel Altar, wow. I have not seen that operator in play for a long time. Gaviel Altar has a very niche playstyle that I haven't seen much. Okay. Very interesting placements. So you see on Seg's Meltup screen, a lot of his operators are closer to the blue blocks, while for Sideask, a lot of the operators are actually farther up near the enemy spawn. And he's using the Ifrit. Interesting. Ifrit placement. All right. Meltup absolutely shredded the first phase of Emperor's Blade. And he's going to be entering the most dangerous part now. And this ain't looking good. Only 3 enemies on the board, but I think he knows what to do. He puts down the Surtur. He's going to be doing some burst damage to make it half HP done. Sideask on the other side, leading up with that Taurus. Oh my god! He thinks his plan failed, and he's starting all over. Can he actually make a comeback? He's starting over. Segs Meltup right now. So far, so good. Unit's getting absolutely destroyed, though. But he has some time to stall. Almost the entire map is filled up with black Kumas. But that ain't looking good. Oh my god, he's going for the reset as well. Sideask now put ahead. Does he have different strategy? Oh no. Guys, maybe it was a mistake to include this map in the rotation. This ain't looking good, brother. Oh no, no, no. Alright, here we go again. SDN Sideask this time. Flame Tail down. Siege down. Can he deal enough damage this time without dying? I don't know what both players' plans are, chat. Unfortunately, I am not a pro Arknights player, so I don't know what the meta is for this map. So next time we should probably invite some casters on. God damn it. Oh god. All right. We're seeing very little difference. Same strategy from both players coming out right now. Sideask using his Gaviel Altar and his Bagpipe to hold the left and right lane. Meltup using Thorns and I believe Bagpipe to hold the left and right lane. So different strategies, but same run for both players. They're probably gonna be hoping that some RNG works out, or maybe they get the sequence of their abilities more. I don't know. All right, look at that. SDN Sideask. Horn has been put down. Horn and Flametail being the primary operators that will burst down Emperor's Blade right now. Oh, as well as the Golden Glow help. That's very nice. For Sideask as well. Sorry, for Segs Meltup as well. Emperor's Blade has spawned. How will he deal with all the damage? Cantabile doing some damage right here. Okay. Salage Horn is going to deal with a lot of damage right here. Aefiola bursting them down. Wow. Aefiola just like that. Got Emperor's Blade down to about 10% HP. Sideask entering phase 2 right now. He's stalling super hard with his Saria right here. Oh my god! He's going to phase 2! He's using his Posey! Oh no! Wait, his Posey is still alive. The attack speed is down. Oh my god! He was so close! But can he finish off with a Spalter? Spalter doing very low damage right now. This ain't looking very good. Can the resist damage do? Oh my god! And just like that, Emperor's Blade is dead! Sideask 2 phases of Emperor's Blade, and he barely even left a single tile. SDN Sideask, he is cooking. He has the units. He has the DP. He can claw it back for the last remaining enemies. 6 remaining enemies. Melt up right here. Similar as well, baited out correctly, and he has dealt with Emperor Blade. His map looking a lot more clean this time. Both of them spawning the final enemies around the same time. This is going to be incredibly close. Horrible amount of damage. Only 2 enemies left for a melt up. Oh my god, Sideask, can you do a lot more damage? Oh no. This is going to be very, very close, guys. Enemies are walking down a little earlier for Sideask, but melt up dealing a lot more damage, has more damage opportunities. Sideask using that Gavia ultra. It's going to be very, very close for this one. Only 2 enemies remaining. Melt up, only 1 more enemy. Oh my god, what's gonna happen right here? Can Posey do him now? Oh! Melt up. Melt up. Ain't no way, brother. Holy shit. Melt up. Congratulations. Huge GG's on your 3-1 win over SDN Sargon these nuts. Sideask.